Hi guys, I'm back. I think it's been like 3 years since you guys have seen me or since I filmed a YouTube video, and we have a lot to catch up on. So I thought I would do a little where have I been video before I film anything else. This is like my 4th time trying to film this damn video. One time the microphone wasn't plugged in. One time I used the wrong lens and it kept coming in and out of focus. One time you could hear the camera like going in and out of focus because I had the microphone on top. So I've learned from all my mistakes and I'm here, I'm back. I'm trying for the 5th time or whatever to do this video. So that's my clock. It's gonna cuckoo. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock, so it'll just take a second. It's only 3 o'clock. Why are you cooing so many times? Okay. Sorry. Okay, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, okay, so I've learned from all my mistakes with filming all of those videos, so hopefully this one goes a little bit better. So I don't have anything written down. I have nothing in front of me but some chapstick I'm fidgeting with and my cell phone. I'm basically just gonna kind of like chit chat with you guys and talk about like where I've been, why I stopped filming, and yada yada yada. So where have I been? I think the last time I filmed a YouTube video, it was like 3 years ago. Crazy. And a lot has changed since then. So when I left you guys, I was living in Illinois. I was stationed at Scott Air Force Base, and my husband was getting ready to leave for Korea. He spent a year there. He was stationed at Daegu. I guess let's start with why I stopped filming. So I was going through a really hard time. Okay, so another reason that I'm having trouble like filming this video is because I've become a lot more of like a private person throughout the years. I used to be like, oh, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'll put my life out there. I don't care. I'm an open book. And I'm just not like that anymore. I really value my privacy. The thing about that is like, if you put like, let's say I put like 50-40% of myself out there, like online for the public to see, people are gonna assume that they know you. They know everything about you, and yeah, but they're only seeing, you know, a certain percentage of you. And I didn't like that. I think I'm doing a bad job at explaining this, but I didn't like people assuming that they knew me, whether that be strangers or people that I worked with. I guess more so people that I worked with. I feel like they thought that they really knew me because I put myself out there online. And so I just stopped doing that. And I became a lot more of like a private person. I'm not super private, but like comparatively, is that a word? To before, I am a lot more private. So it's hard for me to talk about like where I've been without really like diving deep into my personal life, and I don't really want to do that. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Just like super personal stuff, obviously I don't want to talk about, but I'm going to try and explain to you guys where I've been to where I'm comfortable talking about it. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's dive in. So I was going through a really hard time in my life. I had like some family drama on like multiple angles, if you will, and that weighs like really heavy on my heart because family is like everything to me. I've lost a lot of family members, so the family members that I do have, I just like really cherish. So if there's any drama or anything like that with them, it just like, it eats away at me. So it's all good. I went to therapy. And that really helped me kind of like unravel all of the issues that I was having. Is that a mouse? Oh, it's a leaf. Sorry. You guys are sitting in front of my deck, like in my house. It's like a giant window. So yeah, I went to therapy, and some of it I just like resolved within my family. But therapy is awesome. I've been going to therapy since I was like 13 or something. 13? Yeah, I was 13. So I find it really helpful. Your brain needs help sometimes unraveling the mysteries of life. So that was happening in my personal life. My husband was leaving me, not literally, not emotionally though. My husband was leaving for Korea, and you know, obviously your spouse is like your number one supporter, your number one, well, they should be, I guess, your number one like best friend. So he was leaving me, and that was hard. I had never like lived on my own in a house, like by myself. I lived in like a dorm room alone, and then an apartment with a boyfriend out of high school, but I never lived like alone in a house. So it was just nerve-wracking. And so I had my husband leaving me, I had issues with my family, and then for work, oh my God, like that was probably the worst of all of it. If you're in the Air Force, you know that having a good supervisor can really like make or break you. And not only was I getting like tossed around between like NCO to NCO to NCO, this is what I don't want to talk about, because like I am not trying to bad talk anybody, especially people in the Air Force, but I landed with an NCO that was just like pretty toxic, and I felt very alone. Like I felt like no one could see what I was talking about except for me, because I was the one living it. So I feel like people made me feel like I was crazy for saying these things or for feeling this way towards them. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm really not gonna like dive in just because I don't want to. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to talk badly about anybody. It's just, you know, toxic leadership. It's a thing. And yeah, so I had issues in my personal life. I had my husband leaving me, and I felt very, very alone at work. So I was just very depressed. Oh, on top of that, I'm like a stress eater. So I gained like 15, 30 pounds. So I gained a lot of weight. So I like hated myself on the inside and the outside. So with all that said, I can't exactly like put on a camera and press record and talk to like the world about anything, because I just like kind of hated myself. Yeah, it's not like I was completely alone. I had my best friend, Justin, and I had some other close friends that would check on me. But you know, at the end of the day, the only person that's really going to be there for you is you. And so you have to, you know, be strong, and you have to you know, be confident, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I wasn't confident or happy in my own skin. Okay, hopefully that all makes sense. If you've ever been like depressed, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying I was clinically depressed. I just was going through like a rough patch, which I'm sure we've all been through. So I couldn't film. And so once I stopped, it was really hard for me to start again. So fast forward, I PCSed, which if you're not in the military, that means I moved. So I moved to Germany, and that's where I live now. I love it so much. My life is in such a different place than it was 3 years ago, physically, emotionally, whatever, what have you. I did go and visit my husband in Korea, and I went to California, and I got to be with my family. I went skydiving with my cousin. I've done so much since I filmed last. And I could like do a separate video on that, on like my travels and what I've done and everything, if you guys are interested. One of the main things I really want to film is like travel videos, because it's so weird saying this because I feel like I haven't, but I have. I've traveled the world. I've been to 1, 2, 3, 4 continents. It's weird because, and if you're someone who travels, you might be able to like relate to me on this. I've seen so much of the world, and yet I feel like I've seen none of it, because the world is so massive and there's just so much to see. So I feel like weird saying like, oh, I'm a world traveler, because like I'm not, but I am. It's weird. Anyways, so I want to do a lot of videos on traveling, because that's just my favorite thing in the world to do, is to see the world. Oh my gosh, this is like going in so many directions. Okay, so, all right, so I talked about why I stopped filming. I didn't start again. Oh no, I was talking about, oh good Lord, this is gonna be all over the place. Okay, so I talked about why I stopped filming, and then it was hard for me to start again because I was just busy, okay? And those 30 pounds that I gained, I never lost them. I feel more confident today sitting here filming because I'm recovering from, in the past month, I had food poisoning, a neurovirus, and I got my appendix out. So I've lost like 15, 18 pounds. And that's terrible to say because I've been trying to lose that extra weight for like years now. And it took like removing an organ from my body to do it. But you know, whatever works. I'm sorry, I'm saying and so many times. I'm just so uncomfortable doing this right now just because it's been like so long. So I'm more confident filming this now than I have been in the last few years. So I just wasn't confident with filming, and I mean, I guess that's it really. I kept sitting down and trying to film videos, and I just like hated myself so much that I couldn't do it. But I'm just feeling a lot better about myself, not only physically, but like emotionally. My husband and I are in like a great place. It's hard, and I want to film like a video about this, but again, I don't want to get too personal. It was really hard when he came home and we moved together, because not only is moving really stressful, moving halfway across the world is incredibly stressful, and then all of a sudden living with someone that you haven't lived with in a year is really stressful. So all three of those things, yeah, it was really hard to reintegrate back together, and no one really talks about that in the military. They just talk about like how hard it is to be apart, which yeah, that sucked, but coming back together, that was much harder. But we're in a great place. I feel happy with myself. I'm in a really good place with work and family, and just everything is going really good in my life. So I felt like now was a really good time to try and film a video, because I've been wanting to come back to YouTube for so long. I just love YouTube videos. I like watching cleaning videos, travel vlogs, get ready with me. I like literally watching everything about YouTube. I enjoy how it's like normal people for the most part. Not the mainstream YouTubers, those aren't really like normal people because they're very wealthy. But yeah, I just like feeling, I guess, like okay, like I'll put a YouTube video on while I'm getting ready, and I just listen to them while I'm like doing my makeup, and it makes me feel like I'm like hanging out with someone. Does that sound crazy? Hopefully not. As soon as I said it out loud, I feel like that sounded really crazy. But yeah, so I've wanted to film YouTube videos for a really long time now. It just like wasn't the right time. And I know this video is, wow, so incredibly all over the place. Like I can't even, I'm trying to process, like, did I talk about everything I wanted to talk about? And I know I didn't, but this is it. This is me starting to film again. And I filmed this video so many damn times, I really can't film it anymore. So this is what you're getting. So let me know down below what you guys want to see from me, what you want to know about. I will do like some Air Force videos, but I definitely don't want it to be the #1 thing that I film. I get recognized a lot on base, and it's very embarrassing. I don't know why, but I absolutely hate it. Like literally the other day, I pulled up to the gate and this girl took my ID, and then she went, "You're the girl from YouTube, aren't you?" And I was like, oh, kill me. I don't know why. I just think it's really embarrassing. I don't like being the center of attention. So yeah. So I don't want to solely do Air Force videos, and especially because the Air Force is not my whole life, but I definitely will, because I know that's why 99% of you guys are here. But let me know about down below what kind of videos you want to see, and I will try my best to film them. Yeah, I'm sorry this is so cringy. I'm sorry this is all over the place. Yeah, if you guys want to know more about me, definitely follow me on Instagram. I don't have Twitter. Well, I have a Twitter, but I don't use it. I don't have Snapchat. What else is there? TikTok. I don't have any of those things. But Snapchat, Instagram, I do post quite a bit on. So if you want to get to know me more or see Air Force stuff, go ahead and follow me on there. Besides that, thank you so much for watching. Sorry this was so cringy. Hopefully I'll get better. Bye.